The Earth's frequency is changing rapidly, and many people simply won't be able to adapt. They will literally disappear from this reality. The question is, will you be among them? I welcome all those who are awakened, everyone who is beginning their journey into awakening to the multidimensional reality. Today, I will share with you what has been revealed to me, what is happening to our planet right now, and what it means for you personally. Our Earth is undergoing an unprecedented energetic shift. We are transitioning from 3D consciousness to 5D. And this isn't just some abstract esoteric concept. These are concrete changes that affect you personally. What does this mean in practical terms? Today, I've highlighted 3 key points that are happening right now. The first point is that time is accelerating. Previously, there used to be a significant gap between our actions and their consequences. In other words, that interval was long and many mistakes used to be forgiven or simply went unpunished. Now, however, results happen instantly. Karma catches up with us literally within seconds. You make a choice and immediately get the result. And this is good on the one hand, but on the other hand, it's also dangerous because any mistake could become a real disaster for you this year. Second, the energetic contrasts are intensifying. Darkness is getting darker and light is getting lighter. And this isn't something abstract. It's not a fairy tale about good and evil. This is about very concrete things. For example, if in the past it took years for a soul to degrade, now you can see it happen in just a few days, weeks, or months. And conversely, spiritual development is also accelerating. If before, in some closed society or a school of secret knowledge, it took 20 or 30 years to understand how this world really works, now it can be done very easily. If before it took years to train your intuition, clairvoyance, to breathe, to open the third eye, now it can be done much, much faster, maybe even in just 1 hour. The third and most important thing is that people are becoming increasingly sensitive to energies. The boundaries between the physical world and the subtle world are thinning, disappearing, and our reality is becoming multidimensional. So now I'm going to say something very important. In the 3D world, we were separated from the subtle plane by a veil or curtain. But now this veil is lifting, and this is both good and not so good at the same time. You tune into the forces of light, to angels, to higher vibrations, and now they are right beside you, helping you. But if you find yourself losing your temper, if you allow yourself to become deeply immersed in powerful emotions such as envy, uncontrollable anger, or aggression, if you harbor feelings of hatred toward a particular group of people because of their nationality or their choices, if you hate, for example, successful people, or negatively judge those individuals who do, create, or earn something valuable, then negative energies will also come to you much faster. Dark entities will come to you much faster, and this will happen almost instantly. Write the word "see" in the comments if you've started to notice that the consequences of your choices are coming to you much faster than they used to. And the main sign of disappearance, the main sign of an energetic shift, is the disappearance of boundaries between worlds. This doesn't just apply to our perception. Imagine that before there was a dense barrier between our physical world and the astral world. And likewise, in the subtle planes, there were barriers between the forces of light and darkness, between different levels, between the lower astral and the upper astral. But now, since all of this is being erased, both light and dark entities can interact with people much more closely. And many people don't understand this. But already now, many of you have energetic entities from the subtle planes inhabiting your space, your body. And pay attention to this. If you see nightmares every night, if you are losing energy, if you wake up already feeling tired, this might not be a coincidence. It's possible that you already have entities attached to you, and some dark beings are already stealing your energy. And this is a time when many will truly disappear, not physically, but energetically. These people will be removed. They simply won't have any strength left. And you may ask, how is this possible? How can dark forces take over and drain all a person's energy so quickly? Here's what's shocking. There are 5 main doors through which dark entities massively enter people's lives. Endless scrolling through social media. A person is constantly distracted by consuming content and doesn't notice what is actually happening to them at that moment, immersing oneself in the news and through this news into egregores that feed on fear. Of course, these are dark egregores, living on low vibrations, in hatred, in rejection, in judgment, without any spiritual work on oneself. Contacts with black magic, with dark entities, cemetery magic, and so on. All those who use restless souls, wandering entities, and the lowest forms of witchcraft. And the most unexpected way is intimate relationships with an energetically polluted partner. So think about it. How many of these doors do you keep open in your life right here and now? Write in the comments from 0 to 5. If it's 0, I'm sincerely happy for you. You are in relative safety. For those who have something from what I listed, it's a reason to think about it. Let's break it down with an example to show how it works. So it doesn't seem like I'm just trying to scare everyone here. People usually write to me, stop scaring us. Look, when a person spends hours sitting on social media, their mind gets filled with informational junk and their heart stops feeling. They lose connection with their higher self, with their spiritual guides, and become an open door for any kind of influence or for getting immersed in the news. The news is always negative. When was the last time you heard even a single good piece of news? And the purpose of this news is to constantly scare people, to emotionally involve them in various political conflicts. That these ones are good, those ones are bad, these ones won, those ones lost. A person gets involved, starts to hate certain groups of people, judge other groups, and connects to this dark egregore that feeds on such emotions. Dark entities gain access to his energy and begin to feed on it. A particularly troubling aspect is connected to intimate life. During intimacy between a man and a woman, there is a complete exchange of energies. And if a partner has energetic contamination, has attachments, this is also transmitted like a virus. Do you know how many people have come to me with sudden health problems, financial issues, or mental disturbances? And it all started after a casual, intimate encounter with a new partner. But there is good news. You can work on this right now. And I will tell you how. Before I reveal to you the 3 key methods of protection, I want to share an incredible story. Recently in our club, a person came for a session who had been tormented by a dark entity for a year and a half. He could hardly sleep at all. Every night he would wake up from nightmares. He had no energy, his health began to deteriorate, and his relationships and business started to fall apart. And during the session, I did very well. I was able to expel this entity, and things gradually started to improve for this man. So you can work with dark entities, and fortunately, these processes are reversible, right? I want to know in the comments if you're ready to learn how to protect yourself during this challenging and pivotal time. And the main thing you need to understand is you don't need to be afraid of entities because fear only strengthens their influence. Here are 3 methods of protection that I recommend to my students as a foundation. First, constantly strengthen your inner light. Recognize your divine nature. If you think you are just a human being, that's not true. You are a child of God. You carry a divine cell within you, and this truth is your most powerful shield. Many people start to cry when they realize that every soul is a part of God, because these words touch a deep truth that your soul has always remembered. Second, stop feeding dark energies. Watch your emotions. Avoid anger, judgment, and fear. Those people who are full of dark emotions, malice, and judgment may not survive the year 2025. I am speaking very, very seriously right now. We will see a lot of deaths this year, and the most negatively inclined will be the first to go. Third, connect with higher powers every day. Prayers, meditation, spending time in nature, reading enlightening literature, all of this creates a field of light around you. If you are aware of the presence of the divine cell within you, if you recognize yourself as a part of God, nothing will happen to you. And I also want to say that we are living not only in dangerous times, but also in a truly amazing period in all of human history. This is a time when old rules stop working and new, incredible opportunities open up. Yes, many people are not able to adapt yet, but those who have gifts, who have abilities, extrasensory perception, will become incredibly successful in this new world. So, what is actually happening? We are moving away from 3D perception, which recognizes only the existence of the physical world, and opening ourselves to multidimensionality. This means we are beginning to become aware of, feel, and consciously interact with the subtle planes of reality and their inhabitants. That's why, to help you, I have created a free channeling marathon where I share very important, absolutely secret knowledge and conduct extremely powerful practices. So I ask you to follow the link in the description of this video or in the first comment. See you on the other side.